Hello there gorgeous gamers and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we've got a little preview for you and it's for Blood Bowl 3. However, fair warning in advance, this is probably not the preview that you're looking for, especially if you are a big fan of the Blood Bowl games. You can stick around and find out the reason for that little disclaimer, or you can go and check out a proper Nerds preview elsewhere. You have been warned, and honestly, you are better off going somewhere else. But if you want to stick around, let's get on with it. First things first, let's put my idiocy front and centre, and then we can get on with it. I took on this preview based on my diary on the day of the online preview event having a gap in it. That space was probably going to be a nap time anyway, so I thought I'd use it for something useful and sit in on the presentation put together by publisher Nakon and developer Cyanide Studios. My understanding of Blood Bowl was that it's a sports game set within the Warhammer universe, a universe I am familiar with because I've played Vermintide and I think it's really cool. So basically it's a blend of American football and rugby, with the twist being that you can knock 7 shades of shit out of your opponents, who could be orcs, elves, or any number of creatures from the Warhammer world. I was kind of right, and that was purely going off the trailers that I'd seen. When I got into the preview version of the game, which I played on PC, I was soon left feeling very foolish. Stupid, actually. See, to look at the trailers, you would think the games play out like Madden, real-time action. They don't. They're turn-based board games, the complete opposite of what I believe sports is about. For me, sports is about skill and technical ability, and giving the nerds playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the school cafeteria a hard time. Yes, I was a football player in school, the real football, obviously, and I was also a bit of a dickhead to the nerdy kids. Back then, the battle lines were clearly drawn, but now I learn that the nerds want to play sports too, but on their own terms, which means sitting at a table with clicky pens tucked into their shirt pockets, notepads for tracking their creatures' moves, and a rulebook fatter than my mother's ankles. Still, a job is a job, and I'll try anything once. So I got into the game and I tried my best to understand it. After a handful of completed matches, I still don't fully understand it, but I think I have a grasp of the basics. If you are watching this video, you're probably a fan of the series with a much better understanding of the game's rules, procedures, and so on. If you're a rando who has walked into this video because you like the thumbnail or whatever, let me try to put the basics into words. If I cock it up, I'm sure that one of the veteran players will correct me and roast me, rightfully, down in the comments. Blood Bowl 3 is a turn-based sports game set in the Warhammer universe. Orcs, elves and other magical creatures play a twisted version of American football. You start each match by setting your players up on the pitch, which is set up as a grid. Much like real American football, which I'm not all that familiar with, as I'm British, you need to organise your defenders and your attackers before ending your first turn. Then some minging little gremlin fella will flip a coin to decide who kicks off, and that's the start of the game. The ball then gets hoofed by one team towards the other team's end zone. The goal is to get the ball to the edge of the other team's side of the pitch to score a touchdown. Full disclaimer, I never actually managed to score a touchdown, but I know how it's done. I saw it get done against me. You move your players around when it's your turn and dictate what actions they will take. However, you are at the mercy of Lady Luck, because with each action comes a die roll that can help or hinder, and most of the time you'll have the choice of rolling again or accepting what has already been rolled. Each rolled number has an effect, and I imagine that if you're a returning player, you'll know these by heart. If you're not, you'll spend your time staring at the bottom left corner, trying to decipher what each roll means. I should also point out that the preview build I played did not have any kind of tutorial to teach new players. There was a big button marked Learn to Play, but clicking that sent me to the game's website where 16 videos showed the basics, but they weren't really that much fun to watch, so I made do with scrambling through by sheer will. And stupidity. I don't really have much to say about the game one way or another. I like how it looks great, but yeah, I can't really comment on it. I can see why some would like it, but I can also understand why some would loathe it. It's sports, but not as I know it, and the fact that the ball can be left lying on the ground while players are being moved around fighting each other just gets to me in a way I can't explain. Why are the Orcs running around battering my guys instead of picking up the ball and running towards my touchdown area to score a point? I don't know. What I do know is that I will 100% not be the guy reviewing this when it releases in 2022. Not unless somehow I have a lot of free time on my hands and I get inducted into the game properly by a pro. And to any of you nerdy pros thinking that you can make me your apprentice or Padawan or something, piss off, I will wedge you. I'm still a dickhead. And that is the end of this admittedly unremarkable preview. What can I say? I'm a dumb shit. If you did manage to get this far into the video, well done, and thank you very much. Why not go ahead and hit all them buttons below and then go to the info box and check out all the links. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye bye.